Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet the great Amayea Maat. She is a no BS kind of gal. She's going to share her wisdom from her new book next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
I'm so excited about this segment because you're going to meet the great Amayea Maat. She is the owner and chief inspiration officer for Growth Peaks, and she wrote this book. It came out today, and it's leadership, the S-bomb that they don't tell you. Amayea, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you. It's very nice to be here.
It's an honor. Okay, so why did you write the book?
That is such a great question. It is the written account of what has made me so successful in corporate America, coaching, leading large organizations. It's the space of how you be as a leader.
And what do most leaders, why do they fail? What do they not know?
That you've got to hold it all. You've got to hold the souls of your people. And your people include your customers, right?
Yes.
And being authentic, being vulnerable, owning your stuff, right? Instead of pretending like you know it all, and allowing the people who know the most to actually help determine and deliver results is what works.
Yes. We're going to pull up your website because you're a very popular coach and keynote speaker, and I want you to talk about the kinds of groups that you like to speak to.
Yeah, great. So I love talking to new leaders, right? Leaders that are excited, they haven't had their heart broken yet, and they know that they're here to make a difference, right? And they don't quite know what it means to make a difference. And to catch people in the beginning of their development and learning is a lot of fun.
How do you develop a unique leadership style? Because I know you have a lot of Gen Zs that maybe they're the head salesperson for a car dealer. Suddenly they get promoted to the head of sales, and they've never led a team. They're good at sales, but they've never led a team.
And they probably haven't been trained. I've seen that many, many times,
Yes.
right? So listen, if you're a new leader and you haven't really been trained, but you're just great at what you do, and so you've been elevated to another position, you got to be two-headed, because yes, your domain expertise, whether it's sales, whether it's tech, whether it's it doesn't matter what the domain is, but there's another whole domain of expertise called leadership. It is a craft. It is a very strategic, beautiful, difficult, messy craft. But if you don't look at it as a craft, what are you doing?
Yes.
How are you actually leading? How have you chosen how you're going to be strategic, tactical, deal with people, deal with numbers, deal with heartbreak, deal with upset, deal with success?
Yes.
You've got to hold it all.
And sometimes you have to adapt your leadership style to match your employees. So I grew up in the 70s and 80s, and back then it was my way or the highway.
Yes, it was. I've worked for a few of those, let me tell you.
But that management style doesn't play well with the Gen Zs.
It didn't play well with Gen X, right? That's your 9-1 management style. A little bit later on in the 80s, 90s came along the situational leadership model, which I talk about in my book, because it really is about understanding the people, not about understanding you.
Yes.
We do how we do, but like the people that I'm talking to, do they need details? Do they need encouragement? Do they need to give them boundaries and get out of the way? What do they need such that they can take this on in a way that is best used with their talents?
Yes.
I've got to understand how to talk to them. I've got to understand how they process. Not in depth, but enough. And oh, by the way, we've got amazing models for that
Right.
but enough so that I understand their language. You can have the best conversation in the world. If the person doesn't understand your language, nothing's happening.
Right. Well, I think about great NFL coaches, and they had a leadership style, but they would adapt it for this player. This player does not respond well to this kind of management style. Talk about why it's important to, get down on the floor with the employee and speak their language.
Yeah, that's such a great comment. Why would an employee respect me if I couldn't show them that I understood what they're going through? Why would an employee respect me if I couldn't roll up my sleeves and jump in with them and help walk them through it? Right?
Yes.
You've heard. I'm sure you've heard the term. People don't care how much you say until they really know how much you care. Right?
Yes.
They just really don't. You're a person. Why can't I look at you as a person and see what you need? As a leader, if I can't do that, what am I doing?
Yes. And some employees need praise.
Some don't. Some don't want any praise in public. You gotta kind of know.
All right, let's talk about your book. It came out today.
Yes, it did.
So this is just launched. We're going to put this on the screen so you can see this. You have a very in-your-face title.
I do.
Tell us why you chose the...
I do. And, well, number one, it suits me because I'm lovingly in your face.
Yeah.
But also, all the books that you see, and they're great books. They're like 3 steps to this and 10 steps to that and the greatest leader. No, I'm just going to tell you the shit that nobody else tells you because that's what's missing.
All right, give us one takeaway from the book.
If you can't lead yourself through life's ups and downs, why would anyone want to follow you?
I know imposter syndrome is a big thing. Like some of these Gen Zs are put in charge of a team and they could be managing people their parents' age. And so they have a little bit of imposter syndrome. This person has been in the business longer than I've been alive.
Yeah.
How do you address imposter syndrome?
Great question. And guess what? We all have it, right? But your comment is perfect. So again, I go back to, this is not rocket science. This is not AI. This is not some quantum science tech. This is basic 101 human behavior and human compassion. So I would go right in and say, hey, listen, this has got to be uncomfortable. You have more wisdom than I have years, and I'm here. How do we make this work together so that you get what you need and I get what I need and everybody else wins? What can we do?
That's beautiful. I can see why you're so successful. We were talking before the show and you were telling me a story of somebody that you were coaching.
Yeah. He's an amazing gentleman. He is a business owner, entrepreneur, extraordinaire, skydiver, all the things. And he was stuck in the day-to-day of running his IT company. And he kept not understanding why they would get started on a thing and then it would crash.
Yes.
And so he asked me to come in and assess and observe, and I did. And really it had to do with all of the things around leadership, developing people, and developing processes that are repeatable. I mean, I know this doesn't sound sexy, but it really is sexy when it works, right?
Yes.
You create those things, and then he had to deal with his own, this is where I really coached him, his own feelings about selling his business, his own feelings of failure, that he couldn't get further than where he wanted to be in the time frame. But we worked together for about 1.5 to 2 years, and he sold his business very successfully and is off doing some other things and is very happy.
All right, talk about the importance of a leader finding out what his or her strengths are, and they can play in their lane.
Yes.
And I'm going to use myself as an example. I own the company. I love to own the company. I hate to run the company.
And it's so classic.
I've got so many people underneath me that really keep the trains moving on time here, and I choose to do the fun stuff like interviewing people like you. When leaders are stretching themselves and they're doing tasks that they weren't born to do, the employees can tell.
Oh, very much so. Look, here's another freebie. The fish stinks at the head. Whatever the leader is going through, all of that permeates, right? Even if they're not trying to have that happen, but stress, concern, worry, etc., that permeates. So being a business owner, an entrepreneur who has a brilliance, which you obviously do,
well, thank you.
Here's where we think that brilliance covers all the things. No, it doesn't. You're brilliant at what you're brilliant at. You may not be good at all the other things required But see, if you are really assessing yourself objectively as a leader,
Yes.
you've got to be able to say, I'm good at these things. I suck at these things. I need some help.
Yes.
And then you've got to let go.
Okay, apologies to Jerry Jones if you're watching, but Jerry Jones may be the most beloved owner in the league and the most hated general manager in the league because he insists on running everything. Famously, he said, from jocks to socks. I'm going to be in control of everything. And I'm Jerry, if you're watching, feel free to call me. I would prefer to be the most beloved owner in the league than the most hated GM.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Jerry is choosing, okay? He's choosing to do what he does. And Jerry, I don't have anything about the Dallas Cowboys, nothing personal to you, and you're a control freak. And so there's something to deal with that. Now, if it works for you financially, you can sleep at night, you have integrity, you feel good, keep doing what you're doing. However, if you incorporated some things, I'll bet you could triple what you're doing and maybe have people be happy.
Amen. And maybe win another Super Bowl.
Okay. Can we?
All right, Amayea, we've got about 2 minutes left. So look into the camera on the left and talk to that leader who needs to buy your book or the organization who needs to hire you to speak.
Awesome. So no one needs to buy anything. No one needs to hire me, but every single one of you can benefit. If you are human, you can benefit, okay? Because this is about how you see yourself and how you take your gifts, your passion, your purpose, and have it actualized in the world, in your work as you choose to. Now, if that's not happening and that is resonating with you, call me. If it's not happening and you are confronted, it's still resonating, call me. If you want to be more than you thought possible and impact people in a ripple effect beyond what you know, call me.
Jerry? Call her. All right, we're out of time, so I'm going to leave everybody with your website, which is growthpeaks.net.
Yes.
The great Amayea Maat. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.
Bye.